What's going on, guys? So it's another beautiful day out here. It's not even that warm today. It's actually probably in the low 80s, which is pretty dang pleasant. The cicadas are out making their sounds of summer noises today. We're going to take out the 2024 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD four-wheel drive 6.6 liter Duramax 10-speed Allison transmission. We're going to be doing a little bit of towing today, nothing too extreme, but it'll definitely be a good use of this truck, getting the dump trailer over there, over to the landfill, to go ahead and get it all cleaned out. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, so for today's little excursion, we're going to be using my WaySafe aluminum scale hitch. This is the one rated for, let's see, 14,500 total trailer weight, 2,200 pound tongue weight, 2.5 inch shank. So that'll be plugged into the back of this Chevy truck. We'll pin it in place, and then we'll move over to the dump trailer to get things going. And yeah, main reason why is I want to show you guys what the hitch weight is whenever we get it hitched up. There we go. Man, these are really good looking hitches, by the way. Okay, let's get over to the dump trailer, get things hitched up so we can take off. Okay, time to move the truck. Gotta love the sound of these Duramax diesels. Actually, you know, I love the sound of all diesels. That's probably the best way of saying it. You know, I gotta admit, the seats in this truck feel a little bit more comfortable than the seats in my Denali half-ton truck. I don't know what it is, but it feels as if the side bolstering kind of contours to your body a little bit better. Maybe it's just me, though. All right, so the dump trailer, believe it or not, is pretty much stuffed. If you guys didn't see the video I posted on my BTBRV Life channel, link in the description, you didn't see how much we've stuffed in here and then compressed with the excavator. So everything in there is dried up and dying. But yeah, we stuffed this thing well above full. It was probably 4 to 6 feet above full. And then we stuffed more stuff in there. And yeah, we have that thing pretty much topped off and compressed. All right. We have our cool camera view here. I'm going to hit it at a pretty extreme angle, which should be fine. Okay, it looks like we're at about 800 pounds on the hitch. Ain't too bad. Once we drive a little bit, it'll settle a little bit and we'll be able to see exactly what it's at. Okay, so we're all hitched up. You know, something about a red trailer behind a red truck just looks right. Looks like we're almost level. It leveled the truck out for sure. Let's take a look at the hitch and see if it adjusted at all. Yeah, we're just shy of 900 pounds worth of tongue weight, which for a truck like this, I mean, this thing has like 3,000 pounds worth of capacity on it. It's not a heck of a lot, but it's definitely a load, and I'm going to imagine most of the weight's probably over the axles of the trailer here. Just coming back to check on my lights. Everything's flashing, working well. Looks good. Again, red truck, red trailer, just go along well together. All right, let's take off to the landfill. But we're definitely going to see how it performs towing you know, relatively heavy dump trailer, at least for the size of trailer it is. The fact that it's completely loaded. Let's take off. Nice having auto deploying towing mirrors. Okay guys, so we are on the road now. Man, you know, just as anybody probably anticipated, this truck is hauling this trailer like it's not even back there. The only time you even feel it is really if you go over bumps and then you feel that tongue weight pressing down on the back just a little bit more, like right here, just a little bit. This truck hauls this weight again with no issue at all. I'm going to surmise that I'm probably between 8,000 to 9,000 pounds total trailer weight. And that's including the trailer itself. So we're not super heavy because, you know, brush and things like that, it weighs more when you throw it in the trailer, but as it dries out, it's definitely going to weigh a little bit less. That said, it's completely full, and truck handles it no problems at all. We dialed in the brakes, made sure trailer brakes were working well. But yeah, no issues at all. We're going to take off here once we get to this turn. All right, so this is going to be kind of like a rolling acceleration from 15. 35, 45, 50, and 60 miles an hour. No problem at all. And yeah, you know, it's kind of the perfect example of what you'd want to use. You can use a half-ton truck for this trailer. You know, it wouldn't be that bad as long as you loaded it up properly. Right now, as the trailer sits, it does weigh more than I would generally recommend towing behind a half-ton truck. And the reason why I make a lot of claims when it comes to RVs are specifically because RVs are kind of static in their design. The furniture, the sink, the tanks, everything's where the manufacturer put it. You can't really move things around. Whenever you're talking about like a dump trailer, a cargo trailer, a utility trailer, lowboy, things like that, you have the capability of moving that weight around to give you better tongue weight, better weight and balance, and just kind of ensuring that you don't have to worry as much about potentially dealing with sway because you can manage where the load is placed. You can make sure you have that 10 to 15% tongue weight resting on the back of the truck, which is, you know, kind of ideal. That said though, you know, there are some circumstances where you want more tongue weight on the back of your truck than just that 10 to 15%. Sometimes, you know, the 10 to 15% just isn't enough to counteract the length of the trailer or possibly how the trailer is loaded up or where that weight is placed on a trailer. When you look at an RV, especially if you have slides, well, naturally you're going to have more mass on the side that the slide is on, which means there's going to be more weight on that specific side. So it's more important to understand towing dynamics and what you want to use as a tow vehicle versus when you're hauling something that, again, you have the ability to move the weight around, shift it, place it where it's best, you know, balanced on the trailer so you have the right amount of tongue weight, the right amount of weight on the axles of the trailer, and you just don't have to worry as much about the environment around you impacting how you're able to tow. But, you know, I've always subscribed to the fact that bigger's better when it comes to trailers, that you should always go for a larger vehicle versus just, you know, the perfect size vehicle, only because you do want to have that extra grunt. You want to have that extra strength and weight and mass towing your trailer. That way the trailer's not dictating what the truck does and you're in control of the entire situation. At least you're in more control than you would be versus having a trailer that's just too heavy. You know, there's a lot of folks that say, you know, get a half-ton truck if you're going to tow a 10,000-pound RV, balance it out so 10% of the weight is on the back of your truck. But the reality behind things is the fact that getting exactly 10% when you have a fully loaded RV on the back of your truck is extremely difficult and nearly impossible. Most of the time, the dry weight of the trailer is going to be about 10 to 12% towards the back of your truck. So, you know, if you have a 10,000-pound trailer, you're probably going to have about 1,200 to even 1,500 pounds resting on the back conventional receiver of your vehicle, and that's going to be a lot more weight than most half-ton trucks can handle when you look at the door sticker. And even when you look at the door sticker, not 100% of that weight is designed to be on the back of your truck. You still have to account for the people in the vehicle, stuff you may take with you, other supplies, things you have in the bed of your vehicle. So even if you look at like the trailering sticker on GM trucks, you're going to see the truck might have 3,000 pounds worth of capacity total, but only about, you know, 2,000 of that, or 1,800 pounds, will actually be specifically designated for trailer towing. And that's the reason why, is because you're never going to have a truck that all the capacity is just set aside for towing a trailer or towing the you know, the hitch weight or the pin weight of a trailer. So I bring this up because oftentimes that's the confusion a lot of people have. They look at the door sticker, like, hey, I got 2,000 pounds worth of weight capacity in my truck, not realizing that they don't. That from a trailering perspective, they might only have 1,100 pounds, because you have to factor in all the other stuff that's going to be in the truck once you get the trailer connected. But we just got here to the landfill. We're going to dump it out here in a second. So what we need to do is we're going to get out, we're going to take the tarp off of it real quick, just like that guy's doing. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty dang compressed. You can see the sedimentary layers. That was a joke. All right, make sure we're all pinned up. Start dumping. Makes life a lot easier for sure. There we go. Like I said, compacted. Makes it a lot easier than coming out here with rakes and pitchforks and doing it by hand. Okay, so we are hauling an empty dump trailer now, and you can really feel the weight difference. It's towing it even more like it's not even back there, if that makes sense. But yeah, the dump trailer was pretty much stuffed. Now, nowhere near as heavy as it would be as if it were stuffed with like dirt or rock or aggregate or anything like that. But I'll tell you, it was pretty dang heavy. And right now, dry, the trailer weighs about 5,000 pounds. So it's still a relatively heavy trailer. And to put that into context, it weighs more than a lot of, 25-foot travel trailers in its current dry configuration. That said, we're going to take off back to the property, drop it off so we can refill it up again. And we do this about every week. We have to make a trip out to dump it out. And right now, the burn conditions are not anywhere near what they need to be for you to be able to burn any of this stuff, because it's so dry. We haven't had rain in months, or probably at least a couple of months, and yeah, it's just not safe to try to burn anything. That said, this trailer is definitely the most used trailer I have, just because it's constantly getting filled. We fill it full of leaves, brush, debris, trees, dead trees, limbs, occasionally dirt, things like that, and then we use the excavator to crush it all down, because if we simply filled it up the way we fill it up and we didn't have anything to compress it all down, we would probably have to make a trip out to the landfill or dispose of it at least 2 to 3 times a week, at least. We probably put 3 times the amount that somebody might normally put inside of a dump trailer in the back of that thing, only because we have the ability to crush it down. And once we crush it down, we just keep putting more and more on top and compacting and compacting and compacting until the excavator can't push it down anymore. Then we give it a few days to dry. Once it dries, we compact it some more and put some more stuff on top of it, and pretty soon we have a layer cake of stuff in the trailer that adds to weight, but at the same time it really limits how often we have to make a trip out and dump this stuff off. Anyways, we're again heading back. This truck handles this absolutely no problem at all. If you're doing this commercially, I'd absolutely say you'd want a 3/4 ton truck. Gas or diesel would probably be fine. If you're hauling, this is a relatively short dump trailer. It's got 4-foot tall sidewalls. It's a 14-foot long box, and it's extra wide, so it flares out, so it holds more than most probably do. Plus, it's built really, really strong. It's a super, super robust heavy-duty trailer. If you didn't see the video I did with the folks from Texas Pride on this thing, you should go back and take a look. They really cranked it up in terms of how overbuilt it is. 9,000-pound axles. So even though we derated the trailer to 12,000 pounds, it's got 19,000-pound worth of axle capacity, or sorry, 18,000 pounds worth of axle capacity alone on it, which is pretty insane. Anyways, it's always fun taking a truck out, doing some hauling with it, and, you know, using it for work purposes. And this truck handles it no problem at all. With this LTZ package and all the luxury you get inside of this truck, you know, it's definitely a desirable truck. It's one that I think a lot of folks, even if they're in the construction business or home building business and they're going to be hauling trailers occasionally, maybe small construction equipment, things like that, you'd probably be very happy with. In my opinion, and this is just my specific opinion or personal opinion, I still prefer the Ford seats over, and even the Ram seats over the GM seats. They're just still a little bit too firm. These feel a little better than the 2023 GMC Denali half-ton that we have, but they're still definitely more on the firm side than I'd prefer. Something just a little bit softer I think would help. And you know, aside from that though, the technology in this truck is absolutely phenomenal. The camera angles, the fact that when you turn a turn signal on and you're towing a trailer, it's going to turn the mirror camera on so you can specifically see down that side. And that can be really important for those of you who forget that you're towing trailers. It happens. You have been on a long trip, maybe you're towing a trailer to the dumpster, maybe you're hauling something around, moving equipment, and you just, you know, you forget that you have a trailer behind you and you make a turn, and because you don't, you know, have that situational awareness on 24/7, you miscalculate your turn because you don't, again, realize you're towing something. If that's happened to you, leave your story in the comment section. I would love to know. You know, as powerful as these trucks have gotten, you know, a lot of people make the claim you don't even know you're towing a trailer. Leave your story if you've ran into a scenario where you don't know that you were towing a trailer. I'm going to turn on my turn signal here so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see the camera mirror turns on the left side of the vehicle, which is super cool. Gives you great visibility, again, if you want to see what your trailer is getting near or around whenever you're turning. But yeah, leave a comment, leave a story below. I'd love to know. Have you been in a scenario before where you're towing a trailer and you completely forgot that you were towing the trailer and something happened? Whether you're just making a lane change, whether you're turning, backing it up, I don't know. Let me know. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you again very, very soon.